that was kind of in the back of my mind as I was developing the project for my proposal, was that I really wanted to be in a space that wasn't a traditional theater space, and I was really attracted to urban art space because I knew the audience could be so close to the dancers, and I really like, as a person, watching dance when I can be super close to it. I usually prefer watching things in rehearsal versus performance because you're just right there and you really are kind of like in the atmosphere that the dancers are in. Conceptually, we were working with ideas about like the human urge to achieve, accomplish, push the limits, and because we were working with the body, we were looking at like, well, what are the limits of our own body and how do we push that? And so we kind of took it to this extreme place of flight. Like if we go to rehearsal and we say we're going to fly in rehearsal today, and we're not talking about like making a dance phrase about flying, but we're saying, no, we're actually going to fly. We're going to get off the ground. Like, what does that do to the dancers' bodies? What does that do to their minds if we kind of agree that we're going to accomplish this impossible task? Like, I think one of the things I love about dance is that it's so hard and it's so much fun. Like, I find a lot of joy in the challenges of dance. So I wanted the cast to find that too. Like, how do you work this hard and push yourself? But then, like, you're doing it with your friends, so it's fun. And I think that they really authentically found that together in a way that was really exciting to see. Yeah, I was focused on like making a dance, but I was more focused on the relationship building between the dancers, and that like really shifted my process to be like, okay, the dance will be what it will be, but what's more important is these relationships with these people. And it was interesting to find like, oh, and that actually is a way to get to strong performance if you just focus on those people, because those people are the ones doing this thing. So it was pretty enlightening for me. When I see it, it's like this is a dance about a community of people trying to do something together. The dancers have to really rely on each other to like stay with this really physically demanding dance. And then like we kind of considered that their primary community. And then I also asked them to rely on the audience. Like the audience is going to be with you on this. They want you to succeed. So how can you like lean on them in a way for support to accomplish these really hard balances and jumps and things like that? But somehow it was like I would watch them look at each other and like get energy from another person and jump higher and push farther. And the audience, like I know, helped them tremendously, especially in the Saturday night show. The audience started cheering. And it's like I've never seen that at a dance performance where the audience felt so supportive of the dancers that they responded. I think that they got this rush of like, okay, we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to go for it. And then when the audience was supporting them, it was like that was the missing piece. Why do we do this as people? Like, why do we innovate? Why do we invent things? Why did people want to go to the moon? Why did people want to make an air? Like, I just think that part is interesting. Like, we're not quite satisfied with what we have, or we see like, oh, we can't do it now, but like, what if we could? So like, how the imagination kind of leads that, like, people saying like, oh, it's never going to happen. You're never going to be able to do it. That's a crazy idea. And then kind of looking at, well, sometimes the idea itself isn't the crazy part. It's the execution of it to get to the idea that isn't functioning.